Hi, Akansha. Nice to see more essays from you. Let's see what you wrote. This is the one about weddings. Let's see what you said. All right, my first. Okay, I don't know what happened here, but you absolutely must leave a space between your paragraphs. You didn't do that here, and so it looks like you only have three paragraphs. If an examiner saw it like this would absolutely lower your coherence and cohesion score because paragraphing is really important in task 2, so do make sure that you leave one line between each of your paragraphs, okay? Alrighty, so let's take a look. In the modern era, no capital, people love to organize lavish weddings by spending a lot of money. People throughout the developing and developed world, no capital, have debated whether the expenditure on weddings would be advantageous or disadvantageous spelled wrong. This essay will discuss that demerits overshadow merits using examples from South Africa and Mukesh Ambani's daughter's wedding to demonstrate and prove arguments. Okay, fine. And the new paragraph here. Firstly, it would help to increase high profile status in society, as in today's society, everyone judges other individuals on the basis of their expenses. So these are the days for people on which day they can spend higher amount in order to raise their living standard. For instance, Mukesh Ambani, the richest person in India, spends approximately 750 crore rupees on her daughter's wedding. Okay, guess what? This is not a paragraph. This is 2 sentences. Okay? So, you're not following the template, and that's going to be a problem. The template is there to help you. It's to guide you to make sure that your paragraphs are coherent and cohesive. What you needed here, first of all, was to provide a topic sentence where you say what the main idea of this paragraph is about. So it could have been something like, there are numerous benefits that people gain from spending lavishly on weddings. One benefit is that such expenditures help to increase the status of people in society, as we live in a society where everyone judges other individuals on the basis of their expenses. Full stop. One place where people show their wealth and status is the wedding day, as they invite large groups of people to share in their special day. Therefore, the wedding is an opportunity to reveal to people your financial status. Okay? That's one thing you could have said there. Then, however, the essay also asks you to discuss advantages, plural. So you have to provide another advantage. What's another advantage people gain from spending a lot of money on weddings? There are several. First of all, there's an entire industry built around this, okay? So you can say that spending on such occasions basically employs a lot of people, from florists to wedding designers to fashion designers, to hairstylists, makeup artists, even bands and singers. All of these have created an enormous industry, which depends on people's desire to spend for these occasions. That's one thing you could have said. Okay? So, apart from that, there was a lot of stuff happening grammatically that I'm going to just put it on you to fix. So you can go ahead and do that. Let's then look at the second paragraph. On the other hand, high expenses on a wedding would be no, not would be. It's not a theory. It is a waste of money. That's what you're trying to say here. So again, let's try to correct this. On the other hand, high expenses on a wedding are a waste of money. This is because allotting high amounts on a single day would be useless, as in the end, no one is going to remember the money used on such a function. Instead of it, instead, comma, an individual can donate that money to poor people as people across the world face starvation. So, donated money can help needy people to feed their family for a long time. South Africa is a prime example, as 75% of the population is facing food scarcity. So rather than spending money on an individual day, comma, a person can donate that money. Full stop, new sentence. In addition, one can save that money for future use because in everyone's life, sometimes situations happen in which money just acts as a blessing. Therefore, saving money would be fruitful rather than allotting it on a wedding day. All right, that's a little better developed. Yeah, you basically said that the drawback is that no one remembers it. Nobody really cares, from what I can understand. And let's see. And that sometimes you need the money for something else, so don't spend it on something unnecessary, but keep it for an important thing in the future. All right, I think I got it. I think I see what you're trying to say here. Conclusively, organizing a lavish wedding would be invaluable as this type of function can invaluable. No. Invaluable has a positive meaning. This is not what you're trying to say. Conclusively, organizing a lavish wedding would be wasteful as this type of function cannot be remembered for a long time. So, instead, a person can save and donate to poor people. All right, problems with grammar, problems with development. We need to fix them. We need to be a little more aware of your grammar. And of course, as I already said, there were errors with the paragraphing. You need to have clearly delineated paragraphs. There weren't enough. You were missing one. All right, let's take a look at this task one. This is okay, I know this one well. Let's see. The given pie chart describes the subjects preferred by one school of New South Wales in 2014 and 2017. Get rid of year. As is illustrated by the pie chart, in 2014, mathematics, and geography were the most popular subjects. Two subjects, S, in school with 27.3 and 27.7% respectively. Whereas after 3 years, let's see, the trend changed as the popularity of both subjects approximately halved. I got rid of remained because that didn't fit. In addition, the percentage of history in 2017 was 19 times that of 2014. Preferences for IT, get rid of subject, was practically identical in both years. The pie chart shows that in 2017, 8.7% of schools like PE, whereas in 2014, the proportion was just 3.2%. Chemistry was completely neglected in 2017, while the earlier preference was 1%. Eventually, the preferences towards history doubled over the 4-year time period. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about this. For me, the biggest problem here is that you're missing one of the school subjects. From what I could tell, you're missing physics. There were 8 subjects in 2014 and 7 subjects in 2017. And you missed one of them completely. Now, that might seem like a minor detail, but I assure you it's not. Examiners are looking to make sure that you've included all of the categories because that's considered key data. You have to, at least by name, mention the categories that are being represented. Okay, even if you don't write about the data, about every single one, you have to at least make the examiner aware of what all the categories are. That didn't happen here because from what I could tell, we're missing physics. Then, I don't really understand your organization in this paragraph because so here, you talked about what increased in 2000, No, you didn't. Okay, so check it out. Here, you talked about what decreased, and then you talked about what increased, and then you talked about what remained the same. Then, here, you talked about what increased, and then this disappeared, and then something that increased. So I really don't understand how you decide to organize this paragraph at all. Did you go just down the list of high to low? So what was high in 2014 and then what was low in 2017? I didn't, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's the case, but it's still just not clear to me because you keep flip-flopping. You hear you talking about 2014 and then talking about I don't know. It was a little challenging for me to follow. Um, Maybe that's what you were doing. Maybe you were saying that in 2014 these were the high numbers and this is what happened to them. And then in 2014, these were the low numbers and this is what happened to them. But it wasn't clear. Like, as you can see, I have to talk it through to myself to make sure I understand your organization. So that's another problem. But for me, the biggest problem is that you didn't even mention physics. You absolutely needed to. All right. Also, we don't say chemistry subject, maths subject. We just say chemistry, maths, PE, etc. All right, go ahead and correct these. Let's meet back and see your next set of essays. And I want to wish you good luck.